Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
Sometimes I wonder if we're just not looking at Derek Carr and evaluating him the correct way, because this guy's been incredibly reliable. Only 2 missed starts in 6 seasons with the Raiders. His completion percentage topped 70% last year. The only one higher, Drew Brees in New Orleans. The problem, though, it hasn't translated into wins. They move the ball up and down the field, but they don't score enough touchdowns. Derek Carr hoping to remedy that in 2020.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. And this kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick second and long. Here's Jacobs from the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. To throw his Carr. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play. A really explosive play.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
I still remember being in Indianapolis at the Combine when the result of Kyler Murray's height was announced. And when the tape measure showed him at a little bit above 5'10", all doubts went out the window, and rightly so. The Cardinals went 5-10-1 with him last year, but he was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy can make great plays with his arm, can scoot with his feet, and has motivated this team and has them on a really good upward trajectory.
The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so they can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Murray a give. This is Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
At the Cardinals' 6-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Delay of game there. They could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. Carr now on 3rd and goal. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. From the gun, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Hassan Reddick. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We used to work relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Carr now on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 16-yard touchdown run. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, the defensive coverage was good. So good, he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go. The fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He's going to take off with it. Murray fighting. Lost the football.
Murray on the keeper.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Second and short now following the fumble. Here's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Drake. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Drake. Oh, twisting away.
He's brought down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And Murray throwing complete here to Drake. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. And the Cardinal first down.
From the gun, Murray. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And a loose football. And the Raiders have recovered. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The Alabama man, Drake Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Carr now on first down. Flush to his right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
To throw again. Carr eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Most teams in the league hitting the three-quarter pole in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And this carries into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of it.
And he loses the football a second time.
Kenyon Drake, the ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Murray. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Williams loses the football.
Fumble on the play.
Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That one will be incomplete. He caught it, but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun.
Murray. Fitzgerald on the slant.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. They'll run on first down. Drake, and oh my goodness, he loses it again. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
That's good for 28 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line?
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard.
Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 13.
He'll throw from the gun.
They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it and able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Out to his left. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And Derek Carr just keeps improving. He can be dangerous not just inside the pocket, but as we see here, outside of it as well.
Kid born in California, played his high school ball in Texas, had quarterback written all over him. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Let's go. Jordan Phillips in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Offense.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on them. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, you say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. little jet sweep to start the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
It was Morrow on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 24-yard.
Now McCoy, his first throw since coming in. And the Raiders have got him.
A loss of 7 yards.
So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he loses the football a second time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Shrugs off another. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun is Minshew. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 4th down.
Team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Here's A.J. Cole now. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So now I need an explanation for that one, Charles. You're tied, 4th quarter, deep in your own territory. What was going on in their mind?
I can't even begin to imagine. I understand being aggressive. You know, how many times have you looked at me and said, are you crazy? Why would you say go for it there? I wouldn't in this situation. I'm not sure what he was thinking other than maybe he doesn't believe in his defense at all anymore. That he just says, I've got to go for it in this situation. But his meeting, the head coach's meeting the GM and the owner, that's going to be an interesting one because he's going to have to offer an explanation for this one. And how about the defense? They had to look across the field and go, that's the ultimate disrespect, isn't it?
Yep. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another carry now for Edmonds. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
A 30-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Devon Kennard in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And they just did not get the snap away in time.
Still second down.
Timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Game offense.
Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Still second down.
To throw now in his own end zone. Flush to his right. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down.
It's now third down and long.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end. But they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say goodnight from Las Vegas.